We'll call the meeting to order for Property Committee for December 3rd of 2020. All members of the committee are present except for Member Bloomfield. First order of business on the agenda after roll call is approval of the minutes for November 5th of 2020. Would entertain a motion for approval from the committee. Motion by Member Johnston, second. Second by Member Thompson. Any additions or corrections to the minutes? All right. Seeing and hearing none, Ms. Morlock, please call the roll. The chair will vote.
Sure. Member Beard?
Yes.
Member Johnston?
Yes.
Member Smith?
Yes.
Member Thompson?
Yes.
Member Friedrich?
Yes.
Chairman Barnett?
Yes. Unanimous passes. Thank you very much. Do we have any appearance by members of the public? Okay, no members of the public today. Thank you. Next item is number 4 on our agenda, departmental matters. 4A, Mr. Doherty, Facilities Director. Looks like we have an agenda item on here for action. 4A, 1A, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2020 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for facilities maintenance department F&E, which is on pages 3 to 5 packet. This is equipment, right, for the Law and Justice Center remodel and expansion.
Yes.
Yes.
Anything of note or unusual about this, or this seems to really just be a few pieces of FF&E that we're thinking about.
Chairman, if you'd like to dive into this a little deeper, Ms. Dreyer is prepared to speak on this more than myself.
Hello. This is the final FF&E that was purchased for the Law and Justice expansion. And we've received the reimbursement from the Public Building Commission, so we just have to put it into the general ledger as an amendment. But this is the final FF&E for the miscellaneous furniture and equipment that was purchased.
Gosh, I feel like we should be popping champagne or something. All right. Well, if anyone is willing, I'd entertain a motion on the floor to approve this.
That's for the F&E or the champagne?
Sorry.
Just want to clarify. I don't want any confusion. I would make a motion for the.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Second by Member Friedrich. Any questions at all for Ms. Dreyer on this? Okay. Well, this is exciting, right? This is really sort of the end of the project, except for a few loose ends. I know we're still following up on, but that's great to see that coming in like that. All right. Well, thank you, Administrator Dreyer. Appreciate your help very much explaining that. Seeing no questions or discussion from the committee, Ms. Morlock, please call the roll. The chair will vote.
Member Beard?
Yes.
Member Johnston?
Yes.
Member Smith?
Yes.
Member Thompson?
Yes.
Member Friedrich?
Yes.
Chairman Barnett?
Yes. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you all. Next item on the agenda is 4A. 2A, Mr. Doherty, your monthly report.
Thank you, Chairman. I'll just go through the highlights on the list here. At the Government Center, we've finished the installation of 3 new boiler flues, in the penthouse area, and we are wrapping up the executive suite for Bloomington's administration by tuning up the HVAC, some door hardware, etc. Moving on down to the juvenile detention center. We had the Brinks vendor here in Illinois join us and to do some troubleshooting, and we found a very dirty and somewhat neglected power supply. We think may be part of the root of our problem of why we're burning up lock modules on various doors, secure doors. So we are going to at least get that cleaned up in-house and then proceed with adjustments. Also, juvenile detention center, we stood by with the nursing home maintenance staff a couple weeks ago while they were doing some troubleshooting on the water supply issues out there. That pertains to outdoor fire hydrants. Law and Justice Center. We are in the process of wrapping up the west overhang. We're adding insulation with a mechanical contractor to the west side, and that project is going very well. Also, the sheriff's patrol doors, that's it's actually shown as figure 1, but you get the idea there that we installed new outer doors that just like on the front of the Law and Justice Center, and that's been a nice addition. The existing doors were very bad shape, and so that project, we finished it. Moving on down, the museum roof update. Myself and admin are in the process of getting a contract with Western Specialties Contractors currently. So that project is full steam ahead. Jail Annex, like you said, there's a lot of lingering corrections that need to happen there, and we continue to work on those. Personnel, I haven't got anybody hired yet. I'm having some problems getting people to step up, but I have a couple candidates that seem to be responsive, and so hopefully we'll get somebody hired here in the short future. So
Good.
I think that's just about the highlights of my report, sir.
Okay. Any questions at all from the committee for Mr. Doherty? Member Johnson?
Thank you. One of the questions I've had about this kind of punch list, the lingering issues, is at what point are there other steps that we can take to try to finalize this? Because I mean, the jail's been completed for what, a little over 2 years now, supposedly, but we still have these outstanding punch list items.
Yes. To update you, we have 2 weeks ago, we walked the entire project with the general contractor and a representative from Farnsworth. There's a page of issues that are engineering issues that are in Farnsworth's court, and then there are some other issues that are responsibility of River City. To answer your question, yes, we remitted punch lists to everyone involved in that project, and I'm not sure if there was a time limit on that letter or not, but so far people have been responsive to at least step up the plate and assume responsibility on paper anyway for some of the so getting them in there seems to be the next step. There's some that are using the COVID conflict as an issue for not wanting to come into the jail. So,
And the note that you have here that the Farnsworth Group is not owning up to their design flaws, can you expand a little bit on that? What are some of the issues on that?
Yes, there's many issues there, such as the cooling system, automated valves that get stuck closed. They seem to, at the very best, we're running an automated system in manual, simply because there were things that either valves that were not properly designed. There was a water pressure issue with filling the hydronic systems. Seemed to have been an oversight that we forgot that the water comes in the basement, and as it travels up to the fourth floor, you start losing pressure. And so they've had to reboot the other ways to figure out how to get the pressure elevated just to fill the systems. So I don't know. It's a long list.
Okay. And so I guess at this point, we're just still trying to be the squeaky wheel to get them to step up.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Any other questions from the committee? Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Doherty. Appreciate your time and being here with us this evening.
You're welcome.
Next item on the agenda, excuse me, is 4B, Mr. Steffa, Director of Parks and Recreation. Mr. Steffa is not able to be here with us this evening, but Administrator Rodriguez has a few things that she'd like to share with the committee that fall under the Parks and Rec heading.
Absolutely. If it pleases the chairman and the committee, I'm going to skip ahead of the update or general report that Mr. Steffa has in the packet. I have a couple of observations about it, but I first wanted to take this opportunity to update you, Chairman Barnett, and the committee on the lagoon and the actions oriented towards addressing some of those issues that we've been updating you on for several months now. Administration took a look at the initial scope of work that was presented to Mr. Steffa by a vendor that he'd been working with. And after we consulted with some experts and looked at the timeline of completion of that project, which was well into next fall, it was the a conclusion of county administration that based on the cost of this project, we should go out for a request for proposals. And so we do appreciate all of the work that Mr. Steffa did to this point, and in working with all of the people that assisted in giving us the prospect on this, and we're hoping that if those are interested parties, when we put this out for RFP, they will simply submit their information. But we felt it the responsible thing to do, especially since this wasn't an urgent fix, since it wasn't going to get done right away, that we should take our time and see what is out there for us to get the full scope of what recommendations this committee could review and then perhaps put forth as a directive to staff. So I just wanted you to know that the Parks and Rec folks did a great job getting us to where we got. It took us a little while for a number of reasons, and all told, we felt we should slow down then and do a request for proposals. So that's our update there, Chairman Barnett and Property Committee on that. To that end, unless I should entertain questions, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Member Thompson, go ahead.
Yeah, so after last month, and we had asked to get a detailed estimate. I thought
Yes.
that when their response was they didn't want to do that. I thought that was a bit irresponsible on the part of sewer spreading. So I went out and actually looked at, I had a couple friends that have large livestock operations, and just kind of got their take on, they're very similar situations, right? A lagoon is a lagoon. The main difference is the size. And I'm just kind of giving this information for the benefit of the committee. In both instances, these, and again, I'm estimating because I don't have exact dimensions, but they pumped 3 times the quantity for about 1/3 of the cost that was what we were estimated at. Again, we don't know that they were actual apples to apples, but I think the point being is I think it's a good idea to go and get additional proposals and additional bids, because it just seems a bit steep in my opinion. Two other things that they did mention, one of the persons I talked to did give me a name for his person that did his work, and actually spoke with him, and two things that he did mention that we might want to think about going forward is if when they do that is, I think the original proposal was to haul it out in trucks. That's a lot of truckloads, and I don't think the roads are all that great out there. There is a second option where they actually pump it out into a line and then drag the line out in the fields and distribute it that way. Just something to think about. The other item was, he mentioned it, and I don't know what the specs were, but the bottom 10% gets really expensive to remove, and that may or may not be a direction they want to go. And as you look to try to keep costs down in this project, but again, I just knew these guys and just asked them, and that's the feedback I got, and which kind of affirmed what we kind of thought in the first place. It was expensive, and so going for another opinion is probably a good idea. So anyway, with that, just wanted to update what I found out. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you sharing that. Member Johnson?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Member Thompson for the work that he put in on this. That it's your kind of experience and expertise bringing that perspective and that viewpoint can make a big difference in the project that we've got going forward. So I just wanted to thank you for the work that you put in that the rest of us really didn't know about until recently. So thank you.
We can thank technology and agriculture, because I was just riding around back and forth across the field in my tractor. But I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, I'm sorry, Administrator Rodriguez.
No apologies necessary. I thought I would note a couple of things. I'm not as expert as Mr. Steffa is on his very own report, but of note, you know, on the summary of the year, you know, a lot of camping days and no beach days. I think it's as simple as that, isn't it? And that is because we had to make the hard decision together, obviously because of the pandemic, to not open the beach to our public this year. But I think overall, because of the appetite for getting out and about and getting some fresh air, especially during the stay-at-home order, but even after, you do see the activity at the park reflected in Mr. Steffa's report. So he's been doing well to tell us about that throughout the last few months, but I appreciate his submission of this year-to-date recreational usage. If you have any questions, I will try to answer, and if I can't, I will certainly follow up with you after consulting with Mr. Steffa after this meeting. So I'm happy to take your questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, next is your section of the agenda. So if you'd like to keep going, please.
I'll keep going. If it pleases the chairman, I can just read the action items. And so I'll start off with item C1A, which is request approval of amendment to the amended and restated lease between the County of McLean and the Public Building Commission, found on pages 11 through 20 of your packet.
All right, would entertain a motion from the committee for approval of, well, can we take C1A and B together?
I don't see why not. I would ask Ms. Vasquez to stop me if those two should not be combined. They are both oriented into the PBC realm. I am recommending that we actually, for example, combine C1C through E, because they are all leases associated with the 200 West Front building. So Ms. Vasquez, do you see a problem in combining C1, A, and B?
I think it's okay.
Thank you. Well, very good. So before anyone motions, I'm going to continue to read the next action item if that.
Unless the committee would like to take an additional roll call vote, we could take them as separate items.
No.
Okay, all right.
So I will continue in that pause where I just read you C1A, and I'm going to continue on to B and combine the two. And B reads, request approval of amendment to contract for operation and maintenance of the County of McLean and the Public Building Commission, pages 21 and 22 of your packet.
All right, so Administrator Rodriguez is bringing forward to us 4C1, A and B together, and would entertain a motion from Property Committee for approval of those. Motion by Member Johnson, second by Member Thompson. Questions and discussion from the committee? Okay, well, all right. Seeing none, Ms. Morlock, please call the roll. The chair will vote for 4C1, A and B together.
Member Beard.
Yes.
Member Johnston.
Yes.
Member Smith.
Yes.
Member Thompson.
Yes.
Member Friedrich.
Yes.
Chairman Barnett.
Yes. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
If I may?
Yes, please.
Continue. Thank you, Chairman. I'm going to, at the pleasure of the committee, combine C1, C, D, and E. And in advance of reading those are renewals of leases that, or updates on leases that we have with entities that rent space within the 200 West Front building. So we just felt that despite perhaps some small differences within each document, those are all for that particular building, and I'd like to combine. But of course, I have to read them all. So item C1C, request approval of a lease agreement between the County of McLean and Collaborative Solutions Institute Incorporated for space located on the 4th floor in Suite 400A of 200 West Front Street in Bloomington, Illinois. In addition, C1D, request approval of a lease agreement between the County of McLean and the Veterans Assistance Commission for space located on the 4th floor of 200 West Front building, Bloomington, Illinois building. And C1E, request approval of a lease agreement between the County of McLean and the Children's Advocacy Center for space on the 5th floor of the 200 West Front building, Bloomington, Illinois.
All right, request from Administrator Rodriguez for 4C1, combining together items C, D, and E. Would look to the committee for a motion of approval on that. Motion from Member Friedrich, second. Second from Member Johnston. Any questions or discussions about these three items? Okay, seeing none, Ms. Morlock, please call the roll. The chair will vote.
Member Beard.
Yes.
Member Johnston.
Yes.
Member Smith.
Yeah.
Member Thompson.
Yes.
Member Friedrich.
Yes.
Chairman Barnett.
Yes. Thank you. Motion passes unanimously. Administrator Rodriguez, last item on the agenda was your report on recent employment activities. So is there anything you want to mention there?
Nope, I can just answer questions if the committee has any.
Okay, very good.
If I may, I have one other quick thing, and I didn't even apprise you of this, Chairman Barnett, but don't be scared.
Go ahead.
I wanted to mention that the city of Bloomington contacted us here at the county about putting up some holiday decorations on the lawn of the Museum of History, or in other words, on our property at the old courthouse. And so if you get a chance, if you are downtown, that is up, and there's going to be a banner signifying our partnership in our agreement to put those decorations up. And we just thank Melissa Hahn at the City of Bloomington. She did a fantastic job. She did all the work. All I had to do was say yes. And Ms. Emig, who is the executive director of the museum now. So I just wanted you all to know that that was a great partnership. So
That's exciting. I saw them going up the other day. I haven't been downtown at night yet to actually see them all, see them in their full glory. So excited to drive down there and see the finished product at night. I'm going to hold just a moment here. We have, I believe, someone else joining the meeting.
it actually, Chairman Barnett, it might be the chairman. As Ms. Morlock mentioned earlier, he was working hard to perhaps join. So we can wait a second and see if that is who has joined us. Thank you.
Well, while that's going on, before we get into other business and communications, let's go ahead and skip ahead in the agenda to item number 6, which is recommend payment of bills and transfers, if any, to the board. We do have one transfer in the packet today. It is, there are 2 items in here, 2 transfers, in 2 different line items, excuse me, and transferring to one separate one. Capital improvements and purchase of machinery and equipment combined together, it's $94,294 and 0 cents, and that's from program number for both of them 0040.0042, and line item individually is 0801.001 and 0838.001, being transferred into 0040.002, line item 0850.001 for capitalized assets. This comes with the request of Mr. Steffa, and would entertain a motion from the committee for approval of that transfer. Motion by Vice Chair Beard, second by Member Johnston. All right. And we also, it's been so long since we've had a transfer, please forgive me. Are we able to take that as well with paying our bills, or should we, those definitely have to be voted on as 2 separate motions?
It's the
We have
same
to-
action item.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
thank you.
Go ahead.
No, that's okay. We do those so rarely. It's not hard to remember from time to time. Okay, Ms. Morlock, let's go ahead and call the roll if we could on that transfer, and the chair will vote.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Chairman Barnett.
Yes. We also have approval of bills. We have a note from the auditor certifying these bills for a total of $1,661,054.25. You should have received a copy of that along with your packet. I would ask for a motion from approval from the committee for those bills. Motion by Member Thompson, the second. Second by Member Johnston. Thank you. Any questions or discussion from the committee? All right, seeing none, Ms. Morlock, please call the roll. The chair will vote.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Smith.
Yeah.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Chairman Barnett.
Yes. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, let's get back up now to other business and communications. I do have one item, but before I get to that, Ms. Rodriguez, is there anything else you had to come before the committee?
No, Chairman, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, we wanted to take a minute here at the end of the meeting to recognize and to thank Jacob Beard, who has faithfully served as the vice chairman of this committee. We appreciate so very much, Jacob, your service to the county and the time and the work that you have put in as a member of the county board, and the time and work that you certainly put in as a leader and a longtime member of this committee. Your devotion to trying to make this a better community and a better county for all of us to live is commendable, and we're very grateful to you for the time that you put in and your contributions to those efforts. The county, in recognition of your service, has a plaque that we're going to present to you, as is our tradition when someone leaves the board. I want to just take a quick moment here and read aloud the inscription so that all are able to know what it says, since we're not in person to actually see it together. So it says, in recognition of Jacob Beard for 4 years of service as a member of the McLean County Board from December 5th, 2016 through December 6th, 2020, including service as vice chairman of the property committee and a member of the finance and land use committees. On behalf of the citizens of McLean County, the McLean County Board expresses its permission and gratitude for your years of dedicated service to improving the quality of life for all McLean County citizens. Presented this day to you, Thursday, December 3rd, 2020. So Jacob, thank you very much for your service, and we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. No, thank you, Josh, for the kind words. Just taking a minute to reflect back on the last 4 years. I want to say for all of you, this has just been a positive experience for me, and it's been encouraging to see how local government works, before from the outside, but now from the inside. Thank you to the public out there, for the district residents of District 7 for letting me represent them. And I want to thank all the staff from McLean County. I am regularly impressed with the dedication, the commitment you guys have to excellence, both current leadership and previous leadership, that you've gone above and beyond the call of duty. And it is, whether it's responding to emails after hours, staying late for committee meetings that run well into into the dinner time hour. I think back to some of the zoning committee meetings we've had on wind farms, and just the hours and hours at night that members that the staff took to do that. Doing stuff on the weekends. It is not a 9-to-5 job. It is really impressive, and it is a story your story to tell, that I'll have whenever folks ask, hey, what about the McLean County government? Administrator Rodriguez, it has been an honor to work with you, and I'm looking forward to what's ahead for the county. Special thanks also to Julie, who we all know really runs everything, but as well as Amy and Cassie and everyone else in the administrator's office, both past and current, who make everything work. And for me, when one door closes, another one opens. And so I'm looking forward to what comes next, and finding different ways to serve and give back. And you guys all have my cell phone number, so don't be a stranger. And I'm looking forward to staying in contact. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Chairman, may I?
Yes, please, absolutely.
First of all, thank you. I didn't expect that, and this is really about you, but that's really you. is giving thanks to others. So thank you. I actually am here to impart some words from the chairman, from Chairman McIntyre. He was trying to get on GoToMeeting and technology was not allowing. So if I may, he says that just pass on my best to Jacob for his great, logical, consistent, analytical, objective approach to helping us solve many issues. And that's from Chairman McIntyre. So, but I also just couldn't not say thank you for the kind words, and especially to the rest of our staff. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jacob, thank you again for all you've done and your service, especially to this committee and all the work that we've done together. All right, that concludes property committee meeting for Thursday, December 3rd. Thank you all for your service to the county, and we will see you soon. Stay safe and healthy. If we don't see you in person, everyone please have a good holiday season.